Here we have a trinomial where the coefficient of the x squared is something other than 1. In this case we have an 8. So when I factor it, I'm going to start by multiplying the first and last term together. So 8 times negative 27 is negative 216. So I'm going to put that into our x. So negative 216 on the top and negative 30 on the bottom. And now I need to find the two numbers that can multiply to be negative 216 and that are going to add to be negative 30. And here, what I want to keep in mind are the signs. So sometimes I try to look at that first. So in this case, I know that I need them to be opposite signs. So I need one of them to be minus and then one to be plus. And the thing is, whenever we're doing factoring and our numbers start to get larger and larger, that's when it's just going to take us a little bit more time to figure out what are the two factors that are going to work for this specific problem. So somewhere else I'm going to write negative 216. And I'm just going to try to keep track of my work, because sometimes when we have really big numbers, we'll just start plugging in numbers to our calculator and then we may not really know where we're going or notice a pattern or anything like that. So let's first start with 216. So I might notice that it is an even number, so I know it's divisible by 2. And if I take 216 and divide it by 2, I get 108. And since for my final answer, what we're trying to plug into our x, I know that I want them to add up to be negative 30. I'm just going to keep putting the negative on the bigger number. So if I tried to add those together, though, we end up getting negative 106 if I add them together. So that doesn't work out. That factor is not going to be the one we need. So I may just start to plug in bigger numbers and just be very systematic about it. So now if I do 216 divided by 3, get 72. I'm going to put the negative on the bigger number for the same reason as before. And now if I try to add these two together, we end up getting negative 69, which isn't what we needed either. So keep going. Maybe I try a 4, so 216 divided by 4 is 54. So I'm going to put a negative in front of that one. The difference here is negative 50. So pattern-wise, you can tell that we're getting numbers that are closer and closer together, so that when we add them, they're getting smaller, which is what we want. So we can just keep going. 216 is not divisible by 5, so I'll skip and go to 6. 216 divided by 6 is 36. Put the negative here. And now if I add those two together, we get negative 30. So now we don't have to go any further because that's exactly what we wanted to do. So I'm going to go back to my chart here, and I want to plug in the 6 and the 36. I already have the negative sign there, so I'll write the negative 36 first and then the positive 6. So now remember what we're going to do is I'm just going to rewrite my trinomial, but instead of negative 30x, when I rewrite it, I'm going to write negative 36x and then positive 6x. You can even put x's here if that helps you keep track of it. Let me just rewrite it. And now factor by grouping. So for the first pair, 8x squared minus 36x, we can factor out a 4x. That leaves us 2x minus 9. And then from the second pair, 6x minus 27, we can take out a positive 3. So I'm going to put plus 3. Becomes 2x minus 9. So our final answer is 2x minus 9 times 4x plus 3.